trying to whip this out here in a very short uh, amount of time. Wish I hadn't phrased it that way.
Hello, VC. Plastic Eric here for the Plastic Soundwave Cult for the 200th episode of Collection Connection, the game that's just an excuse to talk about music. A game that I play with my brother, Bryce. He does his pick every Thursday. I do mine every Monday. Uh, this has probably got to be the sixth take I've been trying to do this, and I've been struggling with it the whole time because I got so much to remember. Yes, so this is the 200th connection that Bryce and I have made back and forth between each other. We started off with them in like groups of half-hour episodes where, he would do one in 5 minutes, I would do one in 5 minutes, and so on and so forth. And that got to a point where only one person was really doing the editing, and that was him. And so I suggested, why don't we do one at a time, go back and forth, and I do it every Monday, you do it every Thursday, and you do your own editing, do the show the way you want, and voila. And even Elo agreed with the concept at that point, and that's the way we've been doing it for a long time now. And so we've been doing this for almost 2 years, or just over 2 years. I think we started in like February of 2020. So maybe like 2 years, 2.5 years. Oh, everybody wants to be a video hog. So for this 200th one, the 199th one that my brother did was Ezra Furman, Perpetual Motion People. Watch his video of what his connection was on there. It's right up there. I found that album to be quite enjoyable. It was kind of how Bryce described it. It sounds like it's from the 50s and the 60s, or it sounds like 60s stuff influenced by the 50s. And just, I don't know. He said doo-wop, but it's not even quite like that, because maybe it's more modern. I don't know. But I did find it enjoyable, but yeah, it was weird. It's kind of jangly, but not like in a guitar jangly way. More like a bells kind of jangly, if that makes any sense. I don't even know if there's any bells in the music, but I don't know, it's got like a toy piano feel to it. That's the best way I can describe it. But I did enjoy it. I don't mean that as a diss. It's just kind of what it made me think of. And it was hard to find a connection because, the transgender thing was pretty much so obvious out there. You want to go off that, but you can't, because then that's really boring. But, admittedly, I didn't know anything about Ezra Furman, so I do what most of us do. I check out Wikipedia, and found out in her personal life that she is Jewish and would like to become a rabbi. And I thought, wait a second, I know of an artist that was a rabbi, or I don't know if he still is or not, but I know at one point when he was. It's a weird way how I found out about this guy. I used to watch CBS Sunday Morning when I used to have cable, and they did an interview of this guy, Modest Yahoo, and he had a really, really interesting story. And they played some of his music on there, and it sounded pretty good. So I went out and I checked out this album, and then that's about when um, King Without a Crown from this album um, was the big hit off of this one. And this is the live version. This is Manas Yahoo at Live at Stubbs, a place that's down there in, I believe, Austin, Texas. And it's a really well recorded album. He's a pretty good artist. I really like the way he translates reggae, and I like how he adds the, like, it's funny how you hear people that are Jewish that like gospel music, and I am not Christian, but I am atheist, and I find this fascinating to listen to. It is uplifting in many ways, but that still doesn't change the fact that I don't buy into it. But his songs are definitely inspiring on some level. You know, he's got some good lyrics when you catch him. He's a really fast rapper. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people have other albums from him. This is the only one I have from him, and I believe it's still his big album. And so I would check out more of his stuff, but this is such a good one. I enjoy listening to it. This would have been he'd definitely be cool to see live. And so when they sound good live, you know, on this album, you know, when you go see them, they'll sound good live. And so, yeah. Manas Yahoo, Live at Stubbs. So that was my connection. They're both Jewish. One was to be a rabbi, one was a rabbi. I mean, he was really good. He looks a bit different now. And I'll throw up a picture here, what he looks like now. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's, I know he's something like Reconstructionist Jewish? If that's the right term, I'm not sure. But yeah, very interesting guy. I love how he paired basically Jewish lyrics with reggae. And if you think you dig that, you should check out that album. So until next time, it ain't just about the music, it's also about Tim Tam here who wants to try and bug me while we're doing this. Don't you? Huh? All right. And with that,